What's good, everybody? The Washington Wizards get a really good win tonight, man, led by 50 combined points from Deni and Kispert. Throw them dubs up, everybody. I'm just trying to say the dub tonight against the Bucks, man. Beating the Bucks 117-113 in DC. So we're going to chop it up and celebrate a good win in DC. And we're going to do the preview for tomorrow night's game against the Lakers. Rock with us tonight on Locked On Wizards.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Scott again with my guy, the real Ed Oliver. And we appreciate you guys making Locked On Wizards your first listen every single day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. So the big win for the Washington Wizards, 117-113 in the nation's cap, led by a combined 50 points by Deni and Kispert. So we're going to recap the game. Then we're going to get into a preview for tomorrow night's game against the Lake Show. And then we're going to slide into comments like we always do. So let's get into it. Man, close game. Leeds lost in one. I mean, back and forth, but key stops in the fourth quarter. So in your opinion, E, what is the biggest reason why we won this game?
Ball movement was awesome tonight. Just a team effort, man. There was one play where Deni passes it to Vucevic. I think he passes it to Kispert, and then they pass it back to Deni under the basket. He gets a nice dunk in the third quarter. They were just sharing the basketball. Jordan Poole with the double-double, what was a career high, 13. Yeah. 13 assists for Jordan Poole. I mean, guys were just finding each other and playing hard, getting to the basket. And then other guys stepped up that, I'm not gonna say we didn't expect them to step up, but Anthony Gill playing well, 12 points. He had a nice pump fake where he froze the defense, froze Brook Lopez, got to the basket, and hit a floater on Giannis. He had a buzzer beater layup where it was funny because Doc Rivers called a timeout, and Giannis missed the free throw. We got the rebound, threw it up to Anthony Gill for an easy layup right before the buzzer. But Anthony Gill stepped up. He was huge. He almost had a double-double. He had 12 points and 9 boards. And Tristan Vucevic, man, it's great to see a second-round pick come over here, their rookie season.
Yes.
Not just be a draft and stash guy. Shout out to Yannick Zosa. Shout out to Isu Sinan. Right. Aaron White from Iowa, who we traded. We eventually traded him. But, yeah, it's good to see a second-round pick come in and contribute, man. Shout out to Cassius Winston, too, who's he's not in the league anymore. But I always like Cassius Winston. But it's good to see Tristan Vucevic come over here and play well. Kind of like, man, we should have brought him over earlier. But, I think timing is everything. And the spin move he put on Jay Crowder and finished over Giannis, like he played like fearless out there. So for a rookie to go out there and just get over here to play against guys like Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, Giannis, guys who are tough, who won a championship, it's just awesome to see, man. And I know we've kind of given the front office a little bit of a hard time for not taking Gigi Jackson, myself, really. But just giving Tristan a chance, and the guy can shoot the three. Didn't shoot the three well, but got to the basket tonight and had 7 rebounds, had an and one in the first half too. So I loved everything that I saw from Tristan. I want to see more. There's only a couple games left, but I'm excited to see more of him. Unfortunately, Marvin Bagley got injured. Yeah, and that gave Tristan more playing time. He had 31 minutes tonight. Big minutes for Tristan, so he was huge tonight. But just overall, from a standpoint of the game, they had 70 points in the paint, so they didn't settle. They got to the basket. Jordan Poole was looking up for guys, looking up the floor. He had a nice pass up to Corey Kispert. Corey Kispert had a dunk, and then Deni had a basically a football pass to Anthony Gill in transition, but Anthony Gill missed the layup. That was the dagger to end the game, and Anthony Gill got the offensive rebound and finished. But you look at points in the paint, man, that's the tail of the tape right there. We had 70 points in the paint compared to the Bucks 56, and Jordan Poole got a big steal on Giannis. Like, they did a good job on Giannis. I know Giannis had 35, I get it, but the timely stops that they made when they really, really needed stops down the stretch, they got them, rebound the ball well. Even though we got out rebounded tonight, 57-44. We gave up a couple offensive boards. We gave up a lot of offensive boards, but timing is everything at the right time. They got the offensive board. They got the stops that they needed, and guy stepped up tonight, man. Kispert with 27. I mean, he had a heck of a game. He had a bunch of threes, but not only that, he gets to the basket too. So just seeing the leap, the improvement from Deni, the improvement from Corey Kispert, the improvement from Jared Butler. I can't leave him out tonight too, because he was great in that third quarter and really the beginning of the fourth quarter too. So just a lot of guys stepped up with Kuzma being out, Rashawn Holmes being out, Tyus being out, of course, and Bagley going down. A lot of guys stepped up, and I don't want to rain on the parade. I know Damian Lillard didn't play, but still beating Giannis, who's coming here and put up 40 on us in many games. Holding Brook Lopez to only 6. How many points did he have? He only has 6 points tonight. Brook Lopez is usually a Wizards killer too. So a lot of good things from tonight, man. A lot of good things tonight. And the Wizards, they got a good dub with showing improvement from young guys. So that's a good one. I know we're trying to get the best pick in the draft. The McDonald's All-American game is tonight too.
Yeah, man.
But this was a good win for the culture.
Man. Oh, absolutely. Look, the culture, man, is a good culture win. I mean, the youth movement, man. We see what it can do. I mean, you know, obviously we want the vets to get healthy. Definitely want to see them back, man. But look, what's the point right now? Let them sit. I mean, these young guys are putting in quality minutes. I mean, start with Jordan Poole, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 13 assists, shooting 6 for 14. Overall, 1 for 6 from the 3 from 3 from the charity strike, 2 steals, only 3 turnovers. Man, he's been looking really, really good, man. His assist numbers 13, man, getting other people involved. The only knock, man, sometimes he still had those transition threes, man, you know, but, you know, not utilizing shot clock, but I'm not even going to rain on the parade tonight, man. He's been playing really good basketball. I like what I see from him, especially the 13 assists. Corey Kispert in 38 minutes played, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 10 for 18 from the field, 4 for 11 from 3. Again, he has definitely stepped it up and became a 3-level scorer, in my opinion, this year. So next year, you definitely got to consider maybe signing him to an extension, man, because you need a scorer. You need a sniper on the team, man. And, you know, if Duncan Robinson can get paid, you got to pay my man Kispert. I'm just saying. Turbo, 38 minutes, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 10 for 17, 0 for 5 from 3. But look, the fact that he's less hesitant to take that shot is a big milestone, in my opinion. 1 steal, 1 block. Did well. Again, he definitely broken out. He's definitely a threat on the offensive end. It's definitely really, really cool to see him evolve into a scorer. So really love the stat line from him tonight. Anthony Gill, man, the resident player coach, man, he's continued to play quality minutes. He comes in and he does his job at a high level, man. I mean, he's that glue guy, man. You know, nothing about his game is going to wow you. It's just he's a glue guy. He does all the right things. Just right. You know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of the things he does, you can't exactly categorize it, man. It's just he's that, like I said, that player coach, man. And then rounding out the starting 5, obviously Marvin Bagley third, only 9 minutes. Definitely prayers up, man, because, you know, the way he landed, man, I'm hoping it's not an ACL or MCL injury, man, because, man, he has really found his place in DC. He's really playing good basketball, and a significant knee injury, man, is going to set him back, man. And you just hate to see that. So definitely prayers up to my guy, Marvin Baggs. Looking at that second unit, man. I mean, Tristan Vucevic, man. What took you so long, man? Like 14.7 boards, 3 assists, 5-11 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3. I mean, he can flat out score. I mean, obviously, defensively, very, very raw. But you see the effort. You see where he wants to evolve defensively. You know, the effort says a lot, especially for a guy that, you know, obviously is very raw defensively. He's more of a stretch 5, but they're going to work on him, and he's going to be all right, man. Rounding out the second unit, Jared Butler. Again, this man needs to be on the team next year. Definitely needs to be a backup point guard. We don't know what the plan is going forward for point guard, but look, he needs minutes because he has been playing quality basketball this season. I mean, 17 points in 17 minutes. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 for 10 for the field, 3 from 3. A lot of threes, Lord. And then 2 steals. And rounding out the second unit, Johnny Davis, 1 point, 17 minutes. Look, it is what it is at this point. Just want to see more from my man JD. And Eugene Emery back from injury. So, look, 14 minutes played. You know, he did struggle, but he's definitely gearing up back from injury. So, overall, good team victory. I'm not going to harp Dame Lillard didn't play. Look, you take a dub, man. And it's definitely good for the culture because, look, we got, 6 games left. So, I mean, it's not going to damage our draft position too much, man. I mean, we're definitely still in the running, so it's not really going to hamper that. And then, again, you know, I can't stress enough, man, you know, culture win. I mean, playing hard. They have responded under Brian Keefe, man. And like I said, obviously you need to go out there, do your due diligence, go out there and interview your Budenholzers and your Juwan Howards and whatnot. But he has deserved an interview because they have responded. You know, you see a response from this team, you see an effort from this team. that you didn't see under Wes Unseld Jr., man. And I think for the very least, he needs to get an interview. So, I mean, rounding it up, I mean, great victory. Great team victory. Like I said, those stops down the stretch would gain the victory for us, man. Because, I mean, look, foul calls, I'm not going to get into it. Look, Giannis, look, MVP guy, man. He's an all-star. He's going to get it. Because there's a couple times, man, where I see, Giannis using his forearm. I'm like, come on, man. But you know what it is, man. Stars get the treatment in this league, and it is what it is with that point, man. But they stayed in the fight because, if you look at the Wizards before the deadline, they lose fight. They lost confidence. This team now, they don't lose confidence. They stay in the fight. And that's a big thing that I love from this team. So, yeah, man, big time victory in the DMV for the Washington Wizards. So we're going to get into the preview for tomorrow night's game. LeBron James and company are in the DMV tomorrow night. So we're going to do a preview for that. And then we're going to slide into comments like we always do. But before we do, tonight's episode is brought to you by eBay Motors. Passion, drive, and patience. The formula for winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, or both, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with the eBay Guarantee Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. Trying to tell y'all, with all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge wins. So all you got to do to keep your ride or die alive at eBay Motors is go to ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Guarantee Fit only available to U.S. customers. And are you watching Fox Sports ESPN on your TV all day long? Have to turn down the volume with all that shouting? Make the switch to Locked On Sports today. A free 24/7 sports streaming channel program for your every day to bring you the biggest stories without all the screaming, y'all. Locked On Sports Today brings you can't-miss analysis, opinions, and news streaming 24/7 on YouTube or the free Amazon Fire TV channels app. Part of Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. So let's slide into tomorrow night's preview. So looking at tomorrow night, obviously the Lakers trying to vie for a play-in/playoff spot. What matchups are you looking for tomorrow night?
Just Anthony Davis against our bigs. It looks like if I had to guess, unfortunately, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, so I don't know what's going to happen with Marvin Bagley. But on a back-to-back, I doubt that he plays tomorrow. So that means the next big man in line, we could go small ball with Deni at the 5, or they'll probably keep it going with Anthony Gill at the 5 because Anthony Gill did start. But, the starters tonight were Jordan Poole, Deni, Corey, Bagley, and Anthony Gill. So, who's going to come in for Anthony Gill? Who's going to start in place of Marvin Bagley? Yeah. You could put Vucevic in there and have him start, and Gill would be at the 4, Deni would be at the 3, Kispert at the 2, Jordan Poole at the 1. Or you could, Johnny Davis has started some games. I know Johnny didn't do much tonight. Defensively, he had a couple good plays. He had a steal. So he was disruptive here and there. He had more fouls than points. He had 1.4 personal fouls. You could start Johnny Davis, but if it were up to me, I might throw Vucevic in the starting lineup. And you have Jordan Poole, Deni, Corey, and then Vucevic at the 4. Gill would be at the 4, and then Vucevic would be at the 5. Now, unfortunately, Anthony Davis is probably going to put up big numbers against the Wizards like he always does.
Yeah.
Gonna pull up some of the numbers that Anthony Davis has had against the Wizards the last couple games. All right, so the last time Anthony Davis played the Wizards was February 29th, 2024. He had 40 points. The year before that, December 4th, 2022, he had 55 points. Then April 28th, 2021, he had 26. November 29th, he had 26. And then you can go all the way back to 2018. He had 28 points. 2017, he had 37. So the list goes on. 2017, he had 36 with the Pelicans. And then February 4th, 2017, he had 25 points and 10 boards. So if you are on FanDuel or PrizePicks, you look at those numbers, Anthony Davis most likely is going to have at least, bare minimum, 30 points tomorrow night. You book it here. And, I'm definitely going to wager on that for sure on PrizePicks, FanDuel, wherever I can wager. I'm going to put money on Anthony Davis getting 30 points tomorrow night. No, I love Vucevic, but it's gonna be a challenge for him. So I'm excited to see him. I hope he gets to start. I want to see him go up against Anthony Davis. So that's a big matchup that I'm seeing. Obviously, LeBron coming to town. There'll be a lot of Lakers fans in the house for sure. They just played tonight. They handily beat the Raptors. And D'Angelo Russell had a good game. He had 25. LeBron had 23. Rui coming back to town had 14. And actually, you know what? Instead of Vucevic and Anthony Davis, I'm gonna say Deni and Rui. You know, both these guys have played well the last couple of games. Denny's had a heck of a season so far, so I want to see that matchup. Is Deni going to be guarding Rui, or is Deni going to be guarding LeBron? You know, who is he going to be on? Most likely, Denny's going to be on LeBron. Yeah, I would assume so. And we really should have beat them a couple weeks ago. It was a close game. We should have won that game. Jordan Poole had a heck of a game that game. So this is a winnable game again. They could go back to back and really beat the Lakers. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't wager on them to beat the Lakers, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do beat the Lakers tomorrow night. But there's a lot of ways you can look at it. You can look at it Deni guarding LeBron. You can look at it Vucevic versus Anthony Davis. This will be a good test for him. So, and then Rui versus Deni as well. So there's a lot of ways you can definitely look at it.
Oh, absolutely, man. A couple of matches I'm looking for. I mean, like, it depends on. I mean, with the injuries, do you know exactly what's going on with Kyle Kuzma? Like he's healthy one game and then he's he's
ready for
I mean, you might as well just set him at this point, man. Like because one game he's healthy, next game, I don't. But looking at the matchup against Anthony Davis, man, look, I'm gonna put Tristan Vucevic in there, man, because look, might as well put him in there. He's gonna have to get ready to play the NBA game. What better way to learn? Go out there and guard AD. I mean, 7-footer. So I mean, I would put him out there. He definitely needs experience, man. So I would definitely do that. But looking at their, I think that Johnny Davis needs to start because Austin Reeves, man, him matching up against a scorer like Austin Reeves, I'm very intrigued to see how he guards him, in my opinion. So I think that Johnny may be start. But yeah, LeBron James and Rui Hachimura, man, like it's 50-50 because you want to see Jenny obviously shut, you're not going to shut down LeBron, but play hard against your best player. But then, I mean, come on, man, that matchup with Rui, man. I mean, I think most of us kind of want to see that matchup, just because of all the, the hoopla behind both of them being in DC, man. So it's interesting to see those two play against each other. But, another factor to look at is, their second unit is taking some injury hits. I mean, Gabe Vincent's out, Cam Reddish is out. So you got our favorite Bitcoin guy, Spencer Dinwiddie's back. Wow. Yeah, man. So I mean, old Spencer, man. So he's gonna be here. Tyron Prince, more of a 3D guy, and then Jackson Hayes, a former Pelican, now Laker, athletic big. So I mean, I think this could also be a battle of the second units, but I'm glad we got this dub against the Bucks, man. But the Lakers, I don't have us winning this game, man. I hope they surprise me, man. But it's just, the Lakers, man, they have a lot. It's a clear talent gap, man. I mean, it goes beyond just Anthony Davis, LeBron James. I mean, Austin Reeves has been playing at a high level. Another matchup kind of look at, man, is D'Angelo Russell and Jordan Poole, two score first point guards who, defensively kind of, so it's kind of intriguing to see them play each other, man. Because that'll be the bet who plays the best defense between D'Angelo Russell and Jordan Poole. But I mean, like I said, it's just a talent gap. I mean, they're gearing up for the playoffs, and we're gearing up for Cabo. So it is what it is. So, like I said, I'm not going to predict, but it's going to be a tough one for the Wiz, man. It really is because, and looking at the injuries, I mean, it's really subject to change because we don't know who's going to play, who's not. Because, like I said, it's kind of murky what they're doing with Kyle Kuzma. I think at this point, Landry Sham is probably he's not coming back. You probably said the same thing about Tyus Jones. I think he's done for the year. Rashawn, we'll see. I mean, Bagley, like I said, definitely I'm hoping it's not long-term Bags, man, because I really feel like he's found his perfect spot here in DC. And if it's significant, man, it's like, dag on it, because he really was playing good basketball here in DC. And, going into next year, potentially we have him, Sean Holmes, Vucevic. Maybe you take a year and you don't necessarily need to go out to get that center, even though maybe you should still go out and get that center. Maybe not with our first rounder, but maybe the second one if Eddie's still there. Definitely a conversation for another time, but we'll see. I think the Lakers game, we'll see.
Yeah, just looking at some of the Lakers numbers, they are they're third in free throw attempts, so they get to the line a lot. Obviously, LeBron gets a lot of calls, AD gets a lot of calls, also Reeves gets a lot of calls. They get to the free throw line a lot. They're 7th in 3-point percentage, but they don't shoot a lot of threes. They're 29th. Pace, they're 4th. So this is going to be up and down game. It's going to be a high scoring game. This is why I really think Anthony Davis is going to get to 30 pretty easily. That's a part of it too. Defensively, they're 14th. Defensive rating 16th. Their offensive rating, they're 16th. as well. Just looking at some of the numbers, and they're 7th in assists. LeBron gets, he's a good passer. D'Angelo Russell, good passers. A lot of good facilitators on the team. Austin Reeves is a good passer as well. They're 10th in blocks too. So just look at some of the numbers. They do turn the ball over a lot though. They're 20th in turnovers. So that's something that we could try to force some turnovers and get some fast break points. We beat the Bucks tonight as far as fast break points.
Yeah.
So that's something to look at. The last time we did play them, like I said, it was a close game. Certainly was a winnable game in LA. It was 131, 134. And it was a winnable game. I mean, like I said, it's going to be an uphill battle tomorrow night for sure with a bunch of guys out. Even if we were fully healthy, it would be an uphill battle.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a lot of Lakers fans. That's why I wouldn't even go to this game. If we both got credentials, but this game I would sit this one out. I just wouldn't want to go to the circus for LeBron and the Lakers.
Man,
his son just entered the transfer portal too. So we'll see if LeBron will still be playing when Bronny if Bronny does get to the NBA.
Hey, don't blame USC, man. I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, you're on point, man. With the Lakers, they're gonna take it over, man. It's like the Eagles game at FedEx, man. You already know you're gonna be in the minority when you're at home games. So we're gonna get into comments tonight, but before we do, he's gonna talk to us about Amazon Fire TV.
Yes, sir. Today's episode is brought to you by Amazon Fire TV. Fire TV is your destination for sports, from live games to highlights to in-depth analysis. Fire TV offers amazing viewer experiences with smart TVs, as well as the Fire TV stick that you can plug into your existing TV that provides access to millions of movies and TV episodes, as well as free and live TV. Whether it's opening weekend for baseball or the college basketball tournament, you're going to want to have a Fire TV. Fire TV recently created Fire TV channels to deliver a constant supply of the latest videos from your favorite sports brands, all for free. That includes all of us at Locked On and most of the big pro leagues and college conferences as well. Fire TV channels let you dive into all the game analysis, highlights, and more to keep up to date on all the latest in the world of sports, March Madness, NBA, MLB, and lots more. Not to mention great news, entertainment, gaming, travel, cooking videos as well. Check out Fire TV channels on Fire TV and Alexa devices. If you haven't checked out Fire TV channels, you should. Trust me on this. To learn more, visit www.amazon.com/lockedonfiretv.
Yes, sir. So let's go slide into the comments. Guess we'll start from the top. A lot of good comments tonight. 84 people in the chat, so definitely appreciate you guys. Let's see. I don't get on Johnny already.
Yeah, no. I know. Somebody commented about Pat Baldwin. I don't know if Pat Baldwin even played tonight.
Nah, I think he was with the Go-Go. Because the Go-Go, the Go-Go, they lost by 2 to the Long Island Nets tonight. So the Cap City Go-Go's season is over. But hey, great season from them, man. Great season for them. So I guess we'll start with this. Timothy Swindle says the Wizards are an enigma. One day they're beating the Bucks, the next they're getting blown out by the Pistons. I don't even watch or really enjoy basketball. I mean, consistency has been a problem. I mean, we've obviously lost a lot more than we won. But I mean, we said this in the beginning of the year that this season is not going to be defined by wins or losses. It's going to be defined by, the development and the involvement of the young guys. And you're seeing what you want to see from Deni. You're seeing what you want to see from Corey Kispert. We saw glimpses from Bilal before he went down with a season-ending injury. And, these guys that come from the Go-Go, they provided great minutes. And I think there's a big plus for this year. I mean, Jared Butler is play quality basketball. I mean, Eugene Enrui is a dog. I mean, the list goes on, and there's still some talent that I think should have got some playing time or see what they could do. RJ Hampton, Hamidou Diallo. But look, like I said, you see a lot of these young guys prospering, man. So I think that's the big win this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're very up and down. But, I mean, they when they're 15-61. So they have consistently lost for sure. But this last part of the season it's been interesting. They had a 2 to 3 game winning streak. I really thought they really should have went on a 5-game winning streak. They should have beat the Nets, and then I think if they would have beat the Nets, they would have beat the Pistons. But it's called a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda on that. But the main goal is to get a high draft pick. But no, I mean this team with Deni and Kispert playing like that, and Jared Butler playing the way he did, Vucevic playing the way he did, Bagley. I mean Anthony Gill stepping up. The team has talent. Jordan Poole playing well, playing focused, not having a lot of bloopers and shacking the full moments. He did slip on the floor tonight, but that wasn't really his fault. Drew Gooden talked about it where Patrick Beverley fell on the floor and then they didn't sweep the floor or whatever. But yeah, when they play like that, they play focused and guys know their roles and they step up and play team basketball. They are a dangerous team. They're a dangerous team.
Absolutely. Oh, Chic Biz once said the ups and downs. He'll give you motion sickness, but they're my squad. Yeah. Like I said, it's been up and down, but after the deadline, they've really, especially after Weston Silva Jr. being promoted, you see a different team, man. You really have. Let's see. Man, Frederick Thompson said, here we go. Caught up in the moment with Deni and Kispert. I mean, good game, but no consistency. Can't just shine a game or two. I gotta disagree with that, man. I mean, I look, they've had bad performances here and there, but I mean, I think you got to put a little respect on Corey Kispert's and Deni Avdia's game this year, because Deni, you see a whole new guy offensively. The first 3 years, very hesitant to take shots. A player that really depended on confidence being high to perform, got down on himself. I mean, it's still things he needs to work on. I mean, he's not a finished product by any means, but I mean, Deni, I don't know how you don't see Deni being a better player this year. I mean, he has. And Corey Kispert has become a 3-level scorer. I mean, defensively, obviously, he's not going to be a shutdown in any measure, man. But, I mean, he's become a threat. He's definitely a threat offensively. So, I got to disagree, man. I think that you got to look at both of them and really look at progress.
Yeah. Denny's been pretty consistent. I mean, he's really improved this year. He's really improved. He's averaging 14 points a game, 7 boards a game. The month of March, he averaged 17 a game. The month of February, he averaged 20 a game. So he's been pretty darn consistent lately. You look at his game log. I'll just read off the last 5 games, last 5 or 6 games. So he had 22 points at 13 boards against Toronto, 17 and 9 against Sacramento. He's had a couple double doubles here too. 17 points, 12 rebounds against Brooklyn. 18 points, 11 boards against Detroit. 15 points and 9 boards against Miami, and then 23 points and 8 boards against Milwaukee. So those numbers, they sound pretty consistent to me. He's gotten better. It looks like he's just getting better each game. His confidence has gone up. I think he really arrived when he had that 41 against the Pelicans before the All-Star break. That was just a big confidence boost. And it's good to see him play well with Kuzma, because a lot of people are like, oh, is he going to keep this up with Kuzma playing? Yeah. And even, when Kuzma has been there, he's still rebounding the ball at a high rate, still getting to the basket, finishing well. So Denny's been pretty consistent. Like, if you talked about last year, then I'd be okay, he's super inconsistent the year before, his first 3 years. But this year he's been super consistent, and he's definitely, definitely improved a lot especially finish. Like, he's finishing so much better. And then Corey Kispert, he has been a little inconsistent with his 3-point shooting. Last game, he had a pretty bad game.
Oh, yeah.
But he certainly bounced back. Today. So I think they both been more consistent than what we've seen for the past couple of years, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see. Shook Biz 1 said JD 1.17 minutes. This guy, that's 2 shots out. Tequila. Oh my. Yep, I got you. Let's see.
Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I mean, Johnny, I think you just got to accept that his best role in the league is probably a Andre Roberson type of role, something like that, or just Josh Hart.
Yeah.
And, he's just going to be a defensive-minded guy for the most part. And if he can defend and be disruptive, then maybe he can find a place in this league. We'll see. But I think that's probably best case scenario for Johnny Davis.
That's a really good comparison. Andre Roberson, man, from Oklahoma City. That's a good comparison, because his money was defense. His shot, but his defense was on the point, on point. Wyatt Law says, is a core group of young guys that build on getting more clear? Who gets dealt away for assets? I'll let you start it.
As a core group of young guys to build on getting more clear, who gets dealt away? That's a good question, man. That's something that is definitely gonna be talked about all season, man. Yeah. As far as who's gonna get dealt, Tyus for sure, or he may just sign somewhere else and they may not get anything in return. Kuzma, I don't think he's gonna be dealt this off season, but I think it's something to take a look at for sure. And then the young guys, man, this young core is looking a lot better than what we had in the past. Like, guys are developing. Vucevic, the 2nd-round pick. Yeah, he looks like he has a lot of potential for sure. Putting up 14 and 7 against a team that has an MVP on it and just won a championship not too long ago, and a defensive first team guy in Brook Lopez. So that's just great to see from your 2nd-round pick, because we just don't see that a lot from our second. We barely see our 2nd-round picks even play for one. So that was just a step in the right direction with Tristan. And then Jared Butler, he's a guy that we didn't expect to have, a great year. Like he's, 17 points tonight. I mean, that's just very efficient. 7 for 10, 3 for 3 from the 3-point line. He almost had a perfect game. And then Kispert stepped up and Deni stepped up. So, I mean, there's a lot of young men. I didn't even say Blau yet. Blau's had a solid rookie season. So, you got 3 or 4 or 5 guys that you can point to that are still, 25 and under that have a lot of promise. So, let me double check and see if Deni is 25. Deni's 23, and then Corey's 25. So, yes, 25 and under.
Okay. Yeah, good question, man. Who would I build around? I mean, young guys, obviously. Look, you build around Deni, you build around Bilal, obviously, you build around Kispert. As far as the young foundation, that's it right there. But I mean, like I said, these guys coming up from the go-go, very intriguing. I mean, Jared Butler, I think he is a keeper, man. Definitely a keeper. I see a lot of comments about Kuz. I mean, look, does Kuz get moved this offseason? It's about 50-50, really. I mean, unless you get a deal too good to pass up, I don't see 2 first-rounders. I think one is more plausible, depending on where you go in the draft. I mean, you go with Sarr. You don't necessarily need to start Sarr. Maybe you give it another year, let him develop, and then push him. Because Sarr is more of a 4 from what I hear. I mean, I believe he's a 7-footer, but a lot of people have him slotted as a 4 as opposed to his 5 because but definitely if we get it lined up where it's 2 7-footers, man, at the 4 and 5, I would definitely take that. Looking at other guys, I mean, Rashawn Holmes, player option, but at this stage in his career, why not? I mean, he's going to take that option. This, I mean, I believe is 12.5 player option, so he's going to take that. I mean, Marvin Baggs, one more year left on his deal, so maybe he's shown enough. He may be attractable to another team, but he's still young enough. Maybe he could be a piece for the future. I mean, he's shown promise. He's shown that he can fit here in DC. But I mean, Tyus Jones, maybe you can cook up a sign and trade, but I think he's good as gone. Landry Shamet, non-guaranteed, so I think he's gone. Paul Baldwin Jr. We'll see. He's got some work to do. If you want to stay here long term, and then Johnny, I think you hit the nail on the head. Maybe he's a defensive stopper, but in this current league, man, you got to score. You got to contribute some way offensively. So we'll see. Lane with a peach. Okay. It said Ronnie James transfer portal news is fake, Ed. I think he enters the draft. He might want to go ahead and stay in that transfer portal, man. I don't think that because right now.
No, that's accurate. This is not a what's the fake page is called? It's like Sack Sports, and, Hater Central, stuff like that, or Hoops Intel, or the fake Woj and stuff like that. That is actually accurate. So somebody named Hoop Weiss, national sports writer, he for the New York Daily News, he came up with that report. So I mean, hey, that's the source that said it. Yeah. It says Bronny James is leaving USC, entering the transfer portal. Where should he go? So from what I see, this is accurate stuff. It's not fake stuff. So but who knows? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know too much about Bronny. I've watched him a few times USC, man, but I think the struggles of USC was a team-wide thing, man. I mean, it ain't always greener on the other side, man. So we shall see. But I think it behooves him. Yeah, I think it behooves him to stay in the portal, man. I don't look because most mock drafts don't even have him getting drafted right now, and I agree with that, man. I think he's got to polish his game up a little bit before he can consider the draft.
Locked On Law said he's going to transfer to PG Community College. Locked On Law said something else that was pretty funny too. But shout out to the OGs of the DMV show. Shout out to them. Make sure you guys follow them on YouTube. Subscribe to them on YouTube as well.
Yes, sir.
They said, "What's up, guys? Always love the up-to-date info. Don't cap for Johnny Davis." LOL. Yeah, no, we keep it honest with Johnny. We keep it honest with everybody. We really do. I mean, they don't even show the Greenberg and Betterman commercial anymore for Johnny. That's unfortunate. That kind of shows how it's gone for Johnny. But I root for Johnny. I'm still a fan of him, and I wish him the best. I hope he's successful, whether it's here in DC or wherever he goes next year.
Yeah, I hope he prospers, man. Just keep working, man. But 10th overall, I think we can admit there's a mispick. But look, doesn't mean you don't stop trying to improve, man. So definitely want to see him improve. So I guess we'll do one more E and call it a night.
When says Deni has also been consistently out of plays while crying for foul calls as well. Not getting back on defense when he falls on the floor. I mean, that is one thing that I do want him to improve on is not complaining to the refs. I think tonight he did a better job of not complaining too much or to the point where he was out of the play. So I think that's something that he improved on tonight. That is something that can be annoying, but I think he's a guy that gets back on defense for sure, and he does have to get that out of his system. That's probably one of the critiques that I have for his game right now. But overall, he's really improved, certainly improved.
Yeah, he's definitely improved in that area, man. I mean, he's getting better at it. Because I know he was talking to an official, and one of the assistant coaches said, "Look, just let it go, man, let it go." But he, look, you see that with young guys, man. I mean, Poole does it. As young guys, they. But here's the thing, man. Is a totally different ref, man. This is actually I'll put it down in the description, man. But there was this before we rolled, there was a podcast with Rasheed Wallace where he was talking about the difference between officials when he was in the league before, and then where they kind of talk to you about what you did wrong, as opposed now you really can't say nothing, man. Because it's a different league, man. You gotta get back a defense. There's time and place to argue calls, man. But you don't want to in a situation where you're sitting there arguing the call and then you have 5 against 4. So, but he'll definitely work on that, man.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah, Rasheed Wallace knows he got a lot of technicals back in the day. For sure.
Rasheed Wallace, man.
Former Wizard too.
Yeah, man. And just another guy we let go.
Right. A lot of comments tonight. Of course, 88 people in the chat. Everybody's excited about the win. But Frederick Thompson, this is a R-rated comment, but he says Kuzma gets no respect. Wizards fans are terrible. He said he kept the team in games when he had no help, no expletive help. Now throw him away. I hope he gets the expletive out of DC. So, yeah, a lot of people going back and forth about Kuzma. I don't mind him staying next year, but, if they have a deal on the table, they better not give him the option to deny a trade or waive a trade or whatever. They should not. Now, maybe they just didn't like the trade that they received.
Yeah. And
they were like, okay, do you want to go or not? He said no. So, yeah, I just hope if they do get it, and they will get an offer this year. They might get an offer this offseason. We'll see. Yeah. But I just don't want them to do that again.
Yeah, I like Kuz, man. I mean, it's been fun watching him evolve into a complete player as opposed to a rogue guy in LA. So I'm definitely a big Kuz fan. Leadership has been key. I've made it known that I don't mind him being here as long as the young guys develop. And he's done a good job getting everybody involved. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, if you find a deal that's too good to pass up, you make that move. I think anybody would make that move to definitely get assets in return. But like I said, if you go get a 4 in the draft, that obviously this is a highly developmental draft. So do you necessarily need to move the guy, move Kuz away from the 4? Nah, I mean, you can give him another year, let the guy develop, and then we'll see. So there's really no, you don't have to hurry up and deal him, but let's not kid ourselves. I mean, eventually we're going to have to move him. And, you have to move him at a point where you can get decent value, because you don't want to get yourself in a position where, his value goes down. Then there's a whole nother situation, which I don't think it is, man. I mean, I think he's going to continue to be that consistent 20+ a night score every night. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, all depends on what the vision is for the front office, how they want to build through this draft, because everybody knows a lot of people are down on this draft, and this is a highly developmental draft. So, you're not going to find anybody in the draft that's going to be a threat to take over his spot. Now, I will say this: Deni has played well at the 4. With Bilal still growing, is he a future wing? We'll see how things play out, man. But I think Kuz is here to stay for at least another year. So,
so and then Locked On Law said expletive question mark. That means an R-rated word that we can't say on the airwaves. That's Locked On Law. I think you know what expletive means. I think you do. But yeah, we'll probably wrap it up. And then Lame says this team plays better without the Three Stooges. I wouldn't call them that, but Kuz, Jones, and Shamet. They've as of late they played pretty well. They've had some good games with those guys in there, but they do move the ball. They're forced to move the ball more when Kuz is not out there, and Tyus Jones moves the ball anyway. But other guys just step up when they don't play.
Yeah, man, y'all feisty tonight. Lord.
I know, man. I know.
Feisty. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a night, man. Definitely. Right. We want to see you guys tomorrow night for the recap of the Wizards versus the Los Angeles Lakers show. So definitely it's going to be around 9:30 to 10. So definitely rock with us tomorrow night. So again, appreciate you guys rocking with us. Locked On has launched the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube, and now it's available on Amazon Fire TV and the free Fire TV channels app. All in Sports Today is here for you 24/7, covering the top sports stories of the day with the local experts of Locked On, plus our national shows covering every league. Find Locked On Sports Today now available on the free Fire TV channels app. So, hail to the Wizards and peace. See you guys tomorrow night.